Hi, it's Neva at timeforinvesting.com, and today I'm answering this question from Andre about he's working a 9 to 5 and he wants to know how can he start his business on the side and actually take calls and things like that while he's at work. So here is my recommendation for that. So, well, let me first read his email, right? So he has, "Hello, Neva. I'm Andre from Cincinnati. I really appreciate your videos. I'm looking to get started in wholesaling. It's been an interest of mine for years, but I'm finally fed up enough with my 9 to 5 that I'm motivated to get started right now. So my only fear is how can I take calls from potential sellers while I'm at work? I typically work 9 to 6 Monday through Friday with a lunch from 1 to 2. Okay, I work in a highly secure building, so I can't even access my phone until my lunch break. How can I make this work around my work schedule for the time being? I appreciate any feedback and any other tips or advice for getting started. Keep doing your thing, sister." Hey. Okay, so I got this email. I thought, oh my God, this sounds just like me because that's what I used to do, work in a really secure building, and I couldn't have my phone or anything like that when I was at work. We had to put it in a locker outside our office, and I could only access it during lunch and when it was time to go home. And so when I started, I was working my 9 to 5, and that was the thing. If calls came in, they were just going like to my voicemail or something like that. So this is what I started doing that really helped. I hired a virtual assistant, and it was so low cost that when somebody told me about this, I was like, oh my God. So honestly, like I'll tell you, starting out, my budget, because you tell them your budget in the beginning, I think I had gave her a budget of like $25. Don't go over $25. Honestly, in the beginning, my bill she was telling me was like $5, $10. Because here's the thing. You get a virtual assistant and they charge you by the exact minute. So if they get a call in and they answer, they keep track of how long they're on the call for. So sometimes like mine would be like, a couple seconds, a minute here and there. So, honestly, by the time she would send me a list of everything for the month, honestly, and like I said, you tell them the max. Say, hey, don't go over $20, don't go over $10 or something like that. And you can go on Otis.com, Elance.com, Fiverr.com, or just Google 24-hour answering service. A ton of companies will come up. You can do your own screening for what company you feel comfortable using, and that will operate within your budget. The lady also, and then you can decide how long you want the calls to take, because the more type of screening that you do in the beginning and you give it to your virtual assistant to do, then the longer the call will take. But if you want just a really short call, just tell them, hey, to capture the information, get the name of the person, their phone number, their email, the address of the property they're thinking of selling. If you want the call to get a little longer, then you can ask them to ask the person about the condition of the property, why they're thinking of selling the property, and things like that. So it's really up to you, like how long or how much you want to put on your virtual assistant, okay? But do not let that hold you up, because I'm telling you, that is the exact situation I was in where I could not take any calls. So do that. You get a virtual assistant. They take the call when you go for your lunch break. And that's the thing too. The calls that she gets, she then emails me a message about those calls saying, hey, this is the lead that came in. This is why they're thinking of selling. This is the address, blah, blah, blah. When I take my lunch, I call people back. So that's what you do. When your lunchtime comes, call people back. Another thing, when you leave work, call people back. Because the thing is, most people are working, so to call them in the evening is great. Calling them at 6, 6:30, 7, or have your VA say, hey, what's the best time for Andre to call you back? Things like that. So you know exactly, when to reach them. That's why you also get that email address, because if you don't reach them when you call back for phone, send an email and follow up. Hey, I called you. I missed you. Just following up through email for us to connect again. You know what I'm saying? So it's doable. Definitely doable and totally affordable, okay? I'm telling you, just set a budget starting out $25 a month. Like I said, mine's because, so little calls in the beginning probably was more like $10, but totally 100% doable. So That's my tip. If you have a part-time job and you're starting your business on the side, do not let your calls go to voicemail, because most of the time, I will tell you, I used to do that. People hang up, especially in our business. A lot of times, people get like 15 postcards. They call people. I have gotten so many deals because people are like, I called such and such. I never get a call back. You're the only person. I got a live person. So don't. That's the one thing I would say. Do not let them go to voicemail. I know people do that in the beginning. It's not good. It's not good. Get a live person to answer that phone for you and capture the information. So that's my tip for this video. And remember to subscribe and thumbs up, and just show your support so that I'll continue to make more videos on these topics. And remember to subscribe, and see you next video. Bye-bye.